All right, we're gonna be looking at a simple way to get to knee on belly from the cross-side position. And this week you really want to be focusing on good positioning from knee on belly. So I'm gonna have you, George, turn your head to the camera.
Okay.
Other way. Bring your feet to me.
Feet to you.
Yeah, that's good. Let's come back. Just a little bit more. Okay. So I'm in cross sides. And there are many ways I might be playing this cross sides position. It's not super relevant to do a big cross sides explanation here. But I'm going to take this arm and I'm going to put it on his bicep. Okay. When I do that, I'm going to put my weight into it. My head is going to go down and my butt is going to go up like this. I ideally don't want my hand for base anywhere else. What this does is when George tries to turn it into me, it's very hard. I have him pinned, right? So that gives me a lot of extra timing to be able to throw that leg across. So get a little bit more kind of like less artificial thing. I'm here, I'm playing, I come across, and I go across. Now, when I get it across, first thing I'm going to do is get my head back over here. I do not want it across the center line. I want to be on my foot. My leg here goes across essentially the belt line. I want to hook to this foot. I want to hook to his body. That's a priority. If I have to choose, if he's small enough that my knee could go to the ground, I would choose my knee going to the ground over my foot going to the ground. When my foot goes to the ground, I have no real pressure on it, okay? Once I get here, this is just my leg positioning. You want to make sure they can do this properly. The big mistake they're going to do is put their head over the center line. If George rolls to his left, I immediately fall, okay? If I do not go over that center line, he rolls to his left, I roll on top of him at best, right? Or this is even at worst, okay? So it's like, I'm not gonna go flying, right? Now, we start looking at the hand positions we want him to take. They were here, I want him to move to the shoulder, okay? And there are multiple good hand positions, but we're gonna be teaching one particular style. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna gather his armpit, and put my own elbow in my hip. The goal is that he can't drive his own, like your right elbow back to the ground. It's very hard, right? I want to be able to keep that arm off. Why we're keeping these types of positions is, one, this limits both of these limit his ability to shrimp. Like if you want to shrimp from here, it's very hard, right? He wants to be able to go like 1, 2, and now when he shrimps, it gets me off him pretty easily, right? But when I take this position, I limit his ability to do the shrimp, okay? And the main goal of this is just to make sure they can get to here. The biggest mistake they're gonna make is this. They're gonna put their knee on the ground like this because they feel unstable to go up to their foot, but this has no real control over them. And I think the best way to convince them to put their foot up is they will not score points until their foot comes up, okay? The points are the be-all, end-all for children, right? Another mistake they're likely to make is when they put their hand on here, they're likely to put a hand on the floor as well and start to raise their head first and then their butt, and they'll find it hard to get off their legs. Because now, as my head goes up, the weight's actually in my legs. I want my head to go down so that my legs become light and I can bring them across, okay? And that's it for just getting to the knee on belly. We'll look at the arm locks next.